Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our second playthrough of Mage Knight, the board game, where we are playing our second scenario, which is at solo conquest. We have to conquer 2 cities in 3 days and 3 nights. We're currently getting towards the end of our second night, so it's going to be a little bit tough. Now, just before we get into episode 8, just a few cock-ups from last turn that I'm going to have to go through. One was in my favour, the other 2 not so much in my favour. So where did I go wrong? Well, first of all, it was placing this core tile up here. Now, I couldn't place it here because it was on a coastline, but I couldn't place it there either. And the reason why I couldn't place it there is when you place a tile, it's got to be in contact with 2 other tiles. That is only in contact with 1 tile. So if I was placing a normal countryside tile, that would have been fine here because it can go on the coast and it would have been contacting these 2 tiles. Unfortunately, this one only contacts the single tile here, so I couldn't put it there. Too late now, we're just going to have to live with that one, and I'll have to get it right going forwards. So, sorry about that one. The other error that I made was regarding movement. I did reveal a couple of tiles, both this one and the one with the blue city on over here, which I placed correctly. That one was fine, by the way. When I revealed them, I didn't think I could play any more cards as movement, because I'd revealed some hidden information, i.e., you know, the tile itself. Well, in fact, you can. It was still part of my movement phase, so I could have carried on playing cards. That has put me in a bit of a pickle, because I would have obviously cycled through my deck a bit more. I'm going to end up with quite a few cards that are unrevealed, I think, especially the rate of knots that the dummy player is going. So, you know, that's gone against me. I got that one wrong. But what it does bring me to is just a quick note I want to make about actually playing games. Don't worry about the rules too much. Don't sweat them. You know, try and get them right. But in this instance, I made a ruling where I thought, I wasn't sure. I didn't have time to check. Do other things apart from make videos on YouTube. So I had to make a ruling then and there. Turned out that movement ruling was incorrect. Thankfully, some of the viewers have put me straight, so thank you to George, Ryan and the others that have done that. And additionally, thank you to the person who pointed out about the placing of the tile as well. And that's what you do. Make a ruling, carry on playing the game, carry on having fun, especially when, you know, you've just started playing a particular game. This is only my second game of Mage Knight, but it applies to things like Eldritch Horror, Arkham Horror, anything that's a little bit tricky, a little bit complicated. Once you get into the game, they're a lot easier. But at the start, you know, don't be sticking your nose in a rule book for 2 hours trying to find something. Just make a ruling, get on with having fun, because having fun is the important thing. If you do make an error, like I have here, you've just got to take it on the chin and go, right, I know now, and just don't do it the next time. Don't beat yourself up about it. I'm certainly not going to. So, having gone through that, let's get on with episode 8 and turn 22. Our first player is still the dummy player, so let's turn over some cards and hopefully we will still get another couple of turns. And here we have the dummy player, so let's pick up 3 cards and see how we go on. So that's a green, that's a white, another white goes, and it's a red, threaten. So we only draw 1 more card, which is Rage. We've still got 1 card left, so we've got at least 2 turns. So groovy. We needed that bit of luck. Yes, if we turned over a green or a blue, we would have had no cards left, and we'd have only had we wouldn't have had too much longer to get rid of our own cards. But that's given us some extra time, which we will probably need. Okay, right, that's it for the dummy player. Let's go across to the map and see what Arythea is going to do. And here we are with Arythea. So she's in here. She's in a monastery, so I think what we'll do is we will try and get Frost Bridge. It is a movement card, and it should come in very useful. However, I don't think I'll use it to attack across the lake. Ryan pointed out that if we attack across the lake, we don't actually know what is in this city. We know what the tokens are, but we don't actually know what the monsters are. And if we end up getting beaten, we have to retreat from whence we came, and that will cost us some wounds. Now, wounds are pretty good for Arythea, but it does put us back in this awkward position, and we will have already used Frostbridge, so we'd have to wait for it to come round again. So I think what we'll do is we'll get Frostbridge anyway, because it's a movement card, but I think we'll come around this way if we can, and go here. Good reason to go here is if we reveal our final city tile here, because then we're in a good position where we're in between the blue city and whatever colour city, the white, red or green city that we'll get here. So we'll be able to strike either way. So I think that's a good position to sit in. So we'll get Frostbridge and we'll move here. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. And we can always attack this dragon as well, if we get a chance. That'll get us a nice 7 fame. So perhaps we can level up one more time. That will give us an extra command token, so we can get a few more units, which will help in our assault on both cities. So let's get back to the player area. Let's try and buy Frostbridge, and then what we'll do is, before the end of this night, we'll try and get into here in a later turn. Okay, so that's the plan. So let's get back to the player area. And here we are at the player area. So we're going to buy ourselves Frost Bridge. Now, what we could have done, because this is Arythea, is we could have actually assaulted the the monastery. You get a lilac token that you've got to take on. Sort of the defenders of the monastery, if you like. And what we could have done is we could have attacked them, and you get an artifact, actually, if you beat the monastery. But I do want Frostbridge. It does look like it's a nice movement card, and it may help us out. The reason being is a lot of these city tiles and core tiles do have nasty terrain. They're not full of plains. It's normally like hills at the very least. You have things like swamps and wasteland and desert, and it's really tricky to get across. So we'll get Frostbridge, and even if we don't use it for any of that difficult terrain, it does give us extra movement. So, and that's what we're short on. So we'll do that. Now, once we've bought Frostbridge, that doesn't mean that we can't in a later turn destroy this monastery. So we'll buy Frostbridge, we'll see what cards we get, we'll see what options we have, and it may be that next turn that Arythea is going to bite the hand that feeds her, and we are going to attack that monastery because we're evil. But we'll see. Okay, let's get on with buying Frostbridge. So first of all, we're going to play Swift Bolt. And we're not going to charge it, we just want the white crystal to go into our inventory. There is another way to get a white crystal. We could use our skill here, and we could chuck away one of our cards, and we could get a white or a green mana. But we'll do it this way. I want to cycle through our cards a bit. So Swift Bolt will give us a white crystal. We'll put that into our inventory. And then we're going to play Promise, and we're going to charge this up so we can get Influence 4. So we'll use that white crystal that we just got. So we've got Influence 4. In order to buy a advanced action from the monastery offer, the monastery unit offer, we need 6. So we've got to play 2 cards sideways. Now I want to keep the tome of all spells and into the night. Is it into the night? Into the heat, sorry. So I'm going to have to play these two, which is a, you know, this is a good card, especially Blizzard. In fact, I'm going to keep Blizzard, and because it's got a fantastic siege ice attack, and we might be able to use that on the dragon if nothing else, and we can certainly use it on the monastery if we choose to do so. So we'll get rid of Tome of all spells. I don't think we're going to attack a city this particular round, so I think we can get rid of that. So we'll play these two sideways. I hope I've discarded the right one there. And that is 6. Influence. That gets us Frostbridge. So we'll put that on the top of our deed deck. And that'll come in because we want to move into that hill area. Hopefully we'll get quite a few move cards and we can move there. So we can move through the forest, we can get into that hill area, and then we're well set. If we do that, we won't be attacking the monastery, but it does take us right next to the Draconum, so we could attack that. And if we don't get any movement, then we can attack the monastery and at least get ourselves another artifact, because I think with Snowstorm we can change, we've got a black mana, and we can change one of these red ones very easily to a blue mana. So that's siege attack 8, and that will probably, yeah, that's going to kill anything that's defending the monastery, I think. So depending on what cards we get, we'll see what we're going to do. Right, so that is that. So it's clean-up time. So we haven't used any mana from the source. We'll put that back in the supply. Get rid of these. And now we can draw up. So we get another 4 cards. Frostbridge we know about. That's at least 2 movement. March, brilliant. So that's fantastic. We've got some more movement. Looks like we'll be learning. Oh, we could have done with that, the influence. But it does mean we can pick up another card without actually having to be in a monastery or a keep. So that's good. And is it one more? One more card, and we've got another move. So this looks excellent for us getting next to that Draconum. Looks very lucky for the monastery. Looks like the monastery will be fine. But you know what? I might still decide to attack the monastery and then move the turn after that. We'll see. Okay, right. So that is it for turn 22, I believe. And next up is turn 23. And here we are at turn 23. Very quick. It's just the one card, and it was a blue. Ha ha ha. So there we go. He will declare end of round next turn. So we've got this turn and the one after. Let's see what we're going to do. Let's go across to the map. And here we are at the map. I think the monastery is going to get away with it. We're going to spend 8 to go here. So 5 for the forest because it's night time. Then 3 for this hill here. And then we're going to attack this dragon. And we're going to kill the dragon. Now, we could have got an artifact by burning down the monastery here, but there is a monastery just behind the blue city here. So if we can kill this dragon, then get ourselves into the, you know, assault the blue city and take it, we can always just move 1 north and take this actual monastery and burn that to the ground. Or, even better, if we move to the monastery here, we might be able to put our tile out here. And then the monastery is a better base of operations for attacking the next city than just this hillside here. So we may do that. But that's way in the future. All we want to do now is move 5 into here, 5 into here, and then attack this dragon. So that is what we're going to do. Let's go back to the player area. And here we are back at the player area, eventually, because I've spent half an hour thinking my tactics out. Yes, I think we can actually move across to that hill and then we can attack the dragon and kill it, I think. So that's what we're going to try and do. But first of all, we've got to get over to that hill. How are we going to do that? Well, first of all, we're going to discard learning. Why are we discarding the card? It's so we can use invocation. So if we get rid of one of our cards from our hand, we can actually gain a green or a white mana. We're going to gain a green mana. So discard learning, take a green mana, pop it on there. Now we're going to start our movement. So we're going to use March and we're going to charge it for move 4. So pop that here. So we've got move 4. We're going to play our other March card for just move 2. So that's 6 move. And our final 2 move, because we need 8, is just going to come from Frostbridge. We can use it as a move 2. Doesn't matter that we haven't got any swamps to cross or anything. We'll just use it for move 2. So that is 8. So we're now on that hill overlooking the city, and we are next to that mountain with that horrible dragon on it. Speaking of which, here it is. So this is a swamp dragon. And remember, we've got this horrible swiftness and poison, which means if we didn't block this, we'd get double the damage and we'd get a load of wounds into our discard pile as well. We don't want that. So if we can generate 9 ranged or siege attack before we get into melee, we can kill this guy. And we will get 7 fame for doing so, plus 2 reputation. So that is what we're going to try and generate. We'll put this guy here. How are we going to do it? First of all, we're going to play into the heat. And we're not going to charge it, we're just going to use it for its basic ability. Play this card at the start of the combat, which is now. All of your units get their attack and block values increased by 2 this combat. You cannot assign damage to units this turn. That's okay, because we're not going to do that. But we can increase a unit's attack by 2. And we are going to increase the catapults because we're going to activate them for siege attack 3, which becomes siege attack 5 because of into the heat. There we are. So we've got 5 of the 9 attack. Where's the rest coming from? It is coming from Snowstorm, which is ranged ice attack 5. So this will give us a total of ranged and siege of 10. We need blue mana, but that's okay, because we haven't used any mana from the source yet. Now, we've only got red and black, but we can use a red mana because we've got our favourite skill, which is polarization. Red can be swapped to blue, and that is what we're going to do. And we're charging Snowstorm. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So a total of 10 sieged and ranged. Does for this guy. We don't have to bother about blocking because he didn't get anywhere near us and we've killed him. Awesome. Let's stick him up there. Brilliant. So we've managed to use all of our cards. We've killed a dragon, so that's always good. Our second dragon has bit the dust and we're in good position. We're right next to the blue city and we should be able to reveal the tile, the final city tile, to the south of us, and we're in a good position between both of those cities. It should be quite easy to move between them. Yeah, I think we will stay there rather than looking to go northward. It depends. If we get some good move cards again when I draw up now, we'll probably just, you know, use 2 of it to explore, I think. Let's just see what we're up against. So, yes, that went pretty well, I think. So, let's do some cleanup. First of all, we'll go up to the Fame and Reputation track and sort this dead dragon out. And here we are at the Fame and Reputation track. So, we get 7 Fame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is awesome, because if we can level up, we get another command token. Let's get, you know, some beefy units, and they should help us attacking these cities. We also get +2 reputation because it was a rampaging Draconon, So we're on +2 reputation now. Let's keep our reputation up for the time being, because, as I say, we'll want to recruit more units before we assault these cities. We can get rid of this dragon now. Put him over there with his buddy. And Arythea has kicked ass. Okay, let's do some cleanup before the next turn. And here we are back at the player area. So first things first, let's re-roll the mana we used, and we get a green. So we've got some green mana. Black, red and green. We'll be re-rolling all those soon enough. It's nearly the end of the round. And we get both of our skills back. They're both refreshed. Pop those in here. Very good. And get rid of that mana. Discard all of these guys. And we draw up to 6 cards again. So first card is stamina, a move. So we can reveal that city tile. And we get mana pull, which is good. We also get blood ritual, which is good. This time I'll remember to use this to get a red crystal at the least. We do need some crystals. Tranquility. So heal 1 or draw a card. Actually, I can use that. I can use blood ritual, and then I could use tranquility to get rid of the actual wound that I take. Battle versatility. Brilliant. And finally, magic talent. Perhaps we can pick up a... Yes, perhaps we can pick up a spell as well. So, yes, I think there'll be plenty we will be able to do next turn. And is there anything else for us to do? I don't think so. I think that is it for turn 23. Let's move to turn 24. And here we are at the start of turn 24. Very quick for the dummy player. He has no cards. He declares end of round. We have got one more turn. Let's get across to the map. And here we are at the map. So I think what we'll do is we will definitely use our stamina, and we will have a look at the final tile, and we'll pop it in here. So we may as well do that now. So we're going to spend stamina for move 2, and we're going to use it to explore. So I'll pop that over there. And this is our final tile. So what city are we getting? Oh, it's the green city. And we've got a couple of rampaging orcs. We've got a village. Oh, yes, we've got a magical glade as well. Awesome. How's this going to fit? It's going to be like that, isn't it? So it's tile 5, city tile 5. It's going to be something like... Yeah, it's going to go in there like that. That is so cool. So we need a couple of rampaging orcs. First orc will go right next to Arythea and hags. Yeah, focus. So we've got some hags. Whoop. They're going in here. And the second one will go right down here at the southern end of the tile. And these guys are... Oh, God knows what they are. I'll let you know in a moment when I go back to the player area. But they look like some sort of like siege attackers. Orc siege attack. Something like that. Okay, so they're in there. There's nothing else to put out on the tile apart from the most important thing. Let me dig it out. So here we have the green city, and we've got to move this up to 8. So let me spin it round. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have to pull 2 white tokens and 2 dungeon tokens. Oof. Okay, let me just find the green city. Here is the green city. So physical attack they all get poison. So if any of those monsters in those tokens have physical attack, they will get poison as well. If we conquer the city for 6 influence, we can actually buy units. So that's cool. Okay, so where are we going to put this card? Put it just at the side there. So that's our green city. We need 2 white tokens. Again, it's not daylight and we're not next to the city, so we can't see what they are. We'll just pop those there. And we need 2 brown dungeon monsters. So here are those, and we'll put those there. Okay, so we know what we're up against as regards the number and colour of tokens. Hopefully daylight will bring us some more information. And yes, I'm very pleased with this tile. I mean, it's got a lot of swamp, it's difficult to get through, but having that magical glade here, that is awesome. And a village, that's good for recruiting, so yes, brilliant. And these aren't too much of a problem, so coolness. Right, so let's get back to the player area and play a few more cards. And here we are back at the player area. I've had a brew and a think, and I reckon I know what I'm going to do, which will make a change. Okay, so first of all, we're going to play Blood Ritual. We're not going to bother to charge it, we're just going to take a wound, gain a red crystal to our inventory, and a mana token of any colour. Any colour at all, including non-basic. So we'll play that, we'll get our wound, pop it there, and we shall get a red crystal. Here we go, put that onto our inventory. And the other colour that we're going to get a white mana essence. I'm going to put that up there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play Tranquility. Now, I did consider using my skill. I've got a skill there, Invocation, but I'd only get a red mana essence. I wouldn't get an actual crystal. So let's just get rid of the wound. So we'll get rid of the wound by playing Tranquility. So we can throw that away. And next, we are going to play Mana Pull. And we want to charge this, which is why we got the white mana essence. We'll take 2 mana dice from the source and set them to any colour except gold. We will gain a mana token of each of these colours. We will not re-roll these dice, not this time, when you return them to the source. Not that that'll make much difference, we're going to re-roll at the end of the round anyway. So we'll play Mana Pull. We'll charge it with this white mana. And we will change these 2 dice, the black and the red, and we'll change them to, what we'll change to, a white and a blue. Pop them up there, so we get a blue mana essence and a white mana essence. Put those up there as well. And then we are going to play Magic Talent. We want to charge this with that blue mana. When you play this, pay a mana of any colour. Gain a spell card of that colour from the spells offer and put it into your discard pile. So we'll pop that down there, charge it with the blue mana, and we're going to pay with this white mana. And we're going to pay for Expose. That's the one we're actually going to pay for. Because the target enemy loses all fortifications and resistances this combat, and you get ranged attack too. This should be really good for attacking cities. Let's get Expose. Whirlwind's pretty good, but I think Expose will be better for us. So this is the one we're going to take. So we'll put that onto our discard pile. And I think that is it. There's not a lot we can do with battle versatility, so we'll just discard that and we'll call it end of round. So we'll pop that on there. Great, so we don't re-roll these, just pop them back up there, and yes, groovy. We can get rid of these now, and oh, another white mana there. Can discard these as well, and that's fantastic, and that is the end of round. So I'm a lot happier than I was at the end of last episode, where I didn't get too much done. We've got plenty done this episode. And that is it for the turn and declared end of round. So let's get on with the end of round. So first thing, let's take all these, put those there. We'll flip that over. So we're now in daytime. We don't know who's going first yet, though I'm seriously considering taking the lower number so I can go first. Right, so we've done that, so we've got to re-roll these dice. And let's see what we get. And we get a red, a green and a gold. That'll do. Red, green and gold is excellent. Come on. Okay, let's get rid of that. And we can refresh both of these. The scouts and the catapults, they can be refreshed. And what else? Oh yes, intimidate will go to the dummy player. Pop that over here. And next we have to move these forward. And we need a replacement. Crushing Bolt. Fantastic. Gain a green crystal to your inventory and siege attack 3. Mega. That is brilliant. And then we've got, oh, what I should have done is, let's move Mana Bolt up. This is a replacement for Expose, which is Flame Wall and Flame Wave. So that goes into there. Whirlwind gets discarded, which is a white crystal for the dummy player. So we're going to be turning over at least 4 cards a go for the dummy player. He's got at least 1 crystal of every colour. So we move up Mana Bolt again, move up Flame Wall, and the next one is Fireball. Range fire attack 5, take a wound for siege fire attack 8 if we use the stronger version. Did it go through Flame Wall? I don't think I did. Fire attack 5 or fire block 7. And if we use the stronger version, fire attack 5 or fire block 7, this attack or block gets increased by 2 for each enemy token you are facing. So that's pretty good. Okay, so that's up there. And we have got to go to the other side. Let's do our units. So we discard the sorcerers and the foresters. We get, oh actually we get Amatep Gunners. They'll be followed by Utum Swordsmen and Delphana Masters. We'll go through those in a second, and I'll just take the monastery offer and discard that. We get rid of all of those, pop them up here. Let's just go through these. So Amatep Gunners, 8 influence to buy. They're a level 3 unit. Get them at keeps and cities. They've got 6 armour, attack or block 5, but if we charge it with red mana we get ranged fire attack 6. Utum Swordsman, we've seen these before. These are 6 influence, level 2 unit. Get them at keeps, 4 armour, attack or block 3, or attack or block 6 and the unit becomes wounded. And finally, look at these guys. 13! Wow! 13 influence to buy them. And there is a exclamation mark there. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'll look it up. You can get these in a city. They're level 4. Delphana Masters. When activating these, you may use multiple different abilities against the same or different targets. Cool. They've got 3 armour. They are fire, ice and physically resistant, so they're quite tough. Charge it with blue. Target enemy does not attack. Charge it with red. Target enemy is destroyed if blocked. Charge it with green. Armour of target enemy is reduced by 5 to a minimum of 1. And if we charge it with white, target enemy loses all fortifications and resistances. So, beasts. Right, we'll put them out in a moment. And yes, we need 4. We've got 4 monasteries, haven't we? Yes. So we need 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 to go in the monastery offer. Put them back in there. So we get pathfinding. Move 2. The move cost of all terrain is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 2 this turn. Charge it with green mana. Move 4. The move cost of all terrains is reduced to 2 this turn. That's a good card. Then we've got Firebolt. Gain a red crystal to your inventory. And charge it with red mana. You get ranged fire attack 3. Pure Magic. This looks a good card. When you play this, pay a mana. If you paid green, move 4. If you paid white, influence 4. If you paid blue, block 4. If you paid red, attack 4. Charge it with blue mana. If you play this, pay a mana. If you paid green, move 7. If you paid white, influence 7. If you paid blue, block 7. If you paid red, attack 7. Nice card. And the final one, Blood Rage. Attack 2. You can take a wound to increase this to attack 5. We pay a red, attack 4. You can take a wound to increase this to attack 9. Oh, awesome. Right, okay, I'll just go and set these up over there. Save me leaning across the camera, won't be a second. Okay, there we go. All we've got left now is a little bit of shuffling. So we'll do the dummy player first. There we go. And there we are. Quick cut. So dummy player is ready to go. That there, and let's do our deck. Then we can draw up to 6 cards and we can choose our tactic. There we are. Try and give these a good shuffle. Plenty of attack cards is what we want. Okay, give these a shuffle. There we go. And a cut. And we'll draw 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put the rest of them back here. Let's see what we got. Learning, not ideal. Battle versatility, that's pretty good, that'll do. March, well, we need some move if we're going to attack the city, we need at least 2. Into the heat, brilliant, this helps us out with our siege attack. Concentration, that is always useful. And the Tome of All Spells, brilliant, we've got some really good spells that came out, like Fireball and whatnot. Coolness. Right, pop that there. Right, so those are our 6. And what we've got to do now is pick tactic, so let's get rid of them. It's between these 2. We've got rethink and planning. Now planning's pretty good, but I'm going to take rethink because I want to go before the dummy player. What does this allow us to do? When you take this tactic, discard up to 3 cards including wounds from your hand, then draw that many cards. Shuffle your discard pile back into your deed deck, so it just allows us to change 3 cards. Planning 4 goes to the dummy player. Plonk that over there. These can go back over here. And so do we want to send some of these back? Learning we can chuck back. March, we're just going to chuck learning back and see what we can get. So we'll discard that and take another one off the top. Oh, brilliant. Snowstorm and Blizzard. That'll do. So we've got plenty of attacking options. So learning gets shuffled back in. So I think we'll be able to do plenty with those cards that we've got there. Whoop. So there we go. They're all reshuffled. Pop them there, and we can get rid of rethink now. That can go back to the box. Okay, so we are first, and the dummy player is second, and I think that's everything all set up for the next day. Coolness. yes, how did that turn go? Went a lot better than the episode before, assuming they haven't made any errors, of course. So, yes, we got a lot done there. We got a nice spell in Expose. We killed a dragon, and we're very near to leveling up again and getting ourselves another command token, which would be exceptionally useful. Got some really good units now available. So those Delphana Masters, for example, and the Amatep Gunners, it'd be nice to get both of those. There's good cards in all the offers, really. All the offers have got good cards in, so hopefully we can pick some of those up and we can set about attacking that blue city next episode. And if we leave it till just before nightfall, we can get next to the green city, see what's in there, and hopefully we will be able to attack the hell out of that during the night and finish this all off. So I'm a lot more confident than I was at the end of last episode. We've got a red crystal for a change in our inventory. We've actually got some crystals, well, one, and yes, as I say, I'm feeling a lot happier with where we are at the moment. So that is the end of episode 8. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions, thanks for all the views, thanks for all the likes and the dislikes. You're still watching. And thank you for all the help and support. If anybody's been across to Board Game Links to have a look at the videos over there, thank you as well. And exactly the same to anybody who's been to BGG and the video threads there to like those or make a comment or drop any geek gold or anything of that nature. Thank you so much. As ever, if you've noticed any sort of error or mistake or strategy boo-boo, then please let me know. I'll do my best to either fix it or I will bear it in mind for the future. So, yes, the end of episode 8. I'm looking forward to episode 9. I hope you are too. But for the time being, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.
You